Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our CAPA Nova event. 欢迎大家来到我们 CAPA Nova 平台。在进入今天的主题之前，I want to take 1 minute real quick introduce CAPA Nova. CAPA Nova stands for Chinese American Parents Association of Northern Virginia. 中文是北美华裔家长协会。We are a nonprofit organization, and over the past we have offered more than 1,000 different seminars. And one of our major theme throughout the year is the financial literacy. And tonight is actually a extra class on the financial literacy this month. Coach Mike and two of his sons are going to join us and talk about how to the 10 steps to buy first home at age 18. All right, without any further ado, I'm going to give the stage to Coach Mike and his son. Chris, Kevin, you can turn on your camera.
All right, thank you, Ian. Today I have 4 people talking, share same idea. One is myself, Chris, Kevin. Kevin is a new homeowner, and also Kevin's agent, Dr. Maxwell. And he's also a motivation speaker and an author. He wants to share, he's going to give a scholarship for people who's willing to buy a house under his leadership. Before we start, I want to share Kevin's, Kevin, do you want to share the story, what happened to your house? And let's get started, Kevin, storytelling. Kevin, are you mute?
Yep. Hi guys, I'm Kevin, Mike's youngest son. I'm 18 years old. I turned 18 in October, so yeah, basically we just recently purchased a brand new Stanley Martin house, townhome, 3-bedroom, 2-floor, brand new condominium out in Manassas. Manassas is a growing area.
It's
It's a growing area for computer science. It's right next to the George Mason Science Campus, and it's brand new. And the point is, we're trying to rent out.
Ta-da!
Yeah, that's right. We took a
Wow,
video
okay,
on
that's
YouTube,
legit.
but
So they're just trolling around.
yeah, but we just are trying to rent out these rooms
Master bedroom.
for tenants,
Oh, yes,
using their money to pay off the mortgage, pay off the monthly mortgage, really build that investment. Because it was around 44K for brand new. Down the road when Manassas grows into a bigger area and
Wow, you have a closet
richer
here.
area, the house is going to improve in value. It's going to increase by a lot.
Are you
So
dumb?
that's why we
Oh, this spacious.
purchased it
But still, you
immediately.
can,
That's why we bought it
Yeah.
now rather than waiting. So yeah.
Great.
Sorry, Kevin, it's kind of noisy. Well, the video and also there are some interruptions. For those who just joined us, please turn off your mic. And Coach Mike, can you play the video?
Sure, we can play one more time. Make sure you can mute. So
Yeah, please.
a few short videos. One is the master bedroom and the living area. They also I want to share the main place. Kevin, your view has been 910. Do you see this?
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
Tell me the nature of this property.
It's in Manassas. It's a growing area, and it's brand new. Obviously, the whole neighborhood's brand new.
Yep.
We're gonna rent it out.
I saw they have a little pond here, right?
That's the George Mason campus,
Oh, George Mason.
science campus.
So
And then
close to college. Why is that? Why that matters?
you have professors, even students that need a place to stay. So,
That's good.
yeah.
All right, shall we go in? Cool, let's go in.
Oh.
This is your new house. Tell me. All right, let's go in the house. Try to see the.
First of all, got a nice little living space right here. Got a couch, TV.
Oh, large.
Dining
Okay.
area right here. TV will go right up on the wall mounted.
Okay.
See the wires.
Yeah. So you can play football. Show some NFL games.
Exactly. Nice bathroom here.
Ah, okay. Half bath.
Bathroom's important. Half bathroom.
Yeah.
And the
Floors.
See these big windows right here. Over here. It's a bunch of parking. It's airport, which I love.
Gotcha.
Parking, there's street parking.
Street parking, good.
Look outside with the greenery good. And then here obviously is the kitchen.
Brand new granite.
Brand new marble.
A marble. Wow.
See, it's very clean. It's
Okay.
got a nice sink. It has 2 different loads.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool.
Wash dishes. Dishwasher's down here. We got a nice big fridge here.
Oh. All right. Double door.
Door. Freezer down there. Got an electric stove top here. Microwave, and then we have top and bottom.
Cool. Brand new.
Brand new.
How about the pantry room? Do you want to start 2 pantry
Yeah,
rooms?
we're not with 2 pantry rooms. There's one here. Big space, has a shelf. Obviously, we were trying to build more shelf and more storage.
Yeah. When you rent, you can have people have 2 different spaces without fighting space management.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's a big area. And then there's another one right here.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
All right, so we are going to open up again. This is the topic: how to help young people launch their financial literacy or financial freedom as early as possible. 18 is major age, right? And secondly is I'm a CPA. I can only talk about tax advisors. If you want to buy a house, talk to the agent like Dr. Max, and not represent any commissioner or employer or staff. Just my personal view. So this is myself, all the financial backgrounds. Chris, can you introduce yourself? After that, Kevin. Chris?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. I'm Chris. I'm Mike's older son. I'm 20 years old. Currently, I go to school in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's a small school in Florida, but similar story to Kevin's. When I was 18, so a couple years ago, we were looking into buying a house there, and so for the 2 or so years, we've been kind of operating a little townhouse out of Daytona Beach. So, this is kind of the second attempt of that. So I guess it does work. It's a good strategy, and we're here to talk.
And Chris had a pilot license and a job. If you want to go to Daytona, enjoy the Daytona 500, so he's going to give an Airbnb to you. All right, thank you, Chris. Kevin, after that, Dr. Max. Kevin, can you introduce yourself?
Yep. Again, I'm Kevin. I'm 18 years old. I'm Mike's youngest son. I recently just graduated high school. Plan now is I'm doing Northern Virginia Community College, and then I plan on transferring to a bigger school. Yeah, for now, I really want to manage the property well. Like my brother said, kind of operating Airbnb kind of tenants, renting it out, getting that cash flow going. I also started and run like a moving business and a junk removal business. It's going pretty well, so I'm able to also maybe use that to build money and also kind of connect it with people moving in and out of homes. I can use that service as well. And yeah, so I'm excited for this house.
Yep, you get a key yesterday. You start to loading all the toilet paper and everything, right?
That's right. Yeah, trying to move in now that we got the keys.
Yeah. Kevin, can you share a story after the closing? Yesterday, you called me. You said, Dad, I am explaining what's the emotional commotion to the people.
Obviously, I was very proud of my dad to raise me like this in a financially stable way. I was also happy for myself, being at 18 years old and having a home is very good. And I was also very excited for this new opportunity. I'm a little bit stressed, a little nervous, but at the same time, it's a good opportunity to grow financially and grow more mature.
Yeah, when I signed the settlement, and I told Kevin, you'll get used to this. All right, Dr. Max. Dr. Max is a big deal. Max, can you introduce yourself? Why you think young people should have real estate from the get-go, Dr. Maxwell?
Jackson. Yeah, so excited to be here this evening, and it's an amazing time to see the young folks take it to the next level. What Kevin has done with his dad help, obviously, it's fantastic. This is Kevin. You make me feel like I'm 18, but I'll be 15 next year. But I wish I was 18. And if you're watching this at this moment, I want you to type one word in the comment. Just type "you're more than enough." And also type behind that, "it is possible." It is possible. You see, what Kevin and his father has done, every parent listening to us today should be doing this. Forget the tax benefits. I wish I bought my home when I was 18. I moved to the US about 35 years ago, and when I came to the US, I came with $20, but I came with a dream. I had real estate in my blood. And today I have so many properties, which I'm proud about. But it all started with one person giving me the idea that real estate is the best investment. And I was telling Mike yesterday, Kevin got me fired up. Somebody type "fired up" in the comments. And I decided that anyone that is within Kevin's age, do not call me, do not text me if you're 50 years old. If you're within 18 and 25 years, we will support you on this mission, because the youth is the generation of tomorrow. And our job today as parents is to empower the next generation. So I'm excited. And my biggest advice, one of my mentors, Wayne Dyer, he said one thing: if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. I want you to listen to Mike. I want you to open up your mind. And guess what's going to happen for you today? Things will change for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Doctor running the real estate license classes in Virginia. If you want your son or daughter to be licensed, go to his class. He's not only an agent, he taught life lessons. He's come from the Brian Tracy, John Maxwell. I'm a big fan of John Maxwell. The quote I'm still using every day is, "What's a leader? Leader is the person who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." That's how your parents should be a leader for the children. We need to know the way, know how to invest, shows the way, and help them to grow, right? And yesterday, Anu is my agent because he's helping Dr. Maxwell. Anu said he was investing in real estate. His father shaped his life. Anu, can you share a few things? I found the parents shaping our children. If you do the job, stop playing video game, swiping the WeChat, talk about trauma, Zelensky. This is not your job. Take care of children. A lot of parents spend the junk time listen to the politics. Can you focus on the own children, the family business? Anu, can you share a few things? How your parents affect you become who you are, Anu?
Of course, yeah. So what about me? I'm Anu Alushiga, also a realtor, a licensed in Virginia, and being able to share the testimony, and just being able to take ownership. I feel as though we came from the land of milk and honey, being able to nurture, traditions and foundations. So learning from your parents and using them as guidance is like you're evolving. And when you nurture your children in the right steps, everything is a legacy now. And it was very powerful yesterday, just understanding his journey, his maturity, and the way how he was embracing these resources. And it's very vital because it's a journey. And a lot of people, get distracted on the wrong things. But the way how he was going through the title agency, he didn't react. I figure like for him to obtain the keys, he was able to perceive the information. And it was a beautiful moment where when it came down, we was discussing about the investments. I gave him some good keys, some tips about just joining, bonds accounts, to being able to get more invested and certificate deposit accounts at a young age, as well as life insurance, the IUL, and just being able to understand the foundations. So, hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making noise. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so just to keep it brief, he's going through the foundations and it's very powerful because he's a good student. He's sold himself as an entrepreneur. He has that business mentality where he's able to lead by example and being able to learn from his parents to influence his step and his decisions when it comes to ethics. I figured though he had a powerful community behind him and guiding him on the right steps. It's about being disciplined, being accountable, learning when you're young, but you're learning to edify your growth where you're leading to become a father the next 7 years. And I figure like some investments, how people chase the stocks. I'm more in the bonds where you be able to build the wall of Jericho, being able to have that foundations where you're making yourself disciplined and accountable, but at the same time as you're learning, you're earning. If like you have the property, now you want to be able to return. And it just goes with just, Airbnb, and having an enjoyment. Always be happy because your parents are there to guide you, and always be happy to learn from your parents. And don't be shy about it because I know you're going through that transitions where that ownership, you guys a lot on your mind, but embrace it and convert that into positivity. That way you could live abundance. That way your blessings and your spirit could just be so surplus into the gratitude that's around you in your environment. So just know that you have a strong community behind you who loves you, who supports you, who want to see you evolve to your unlocked potential. But just make sure you keep yourself disciplined, keep yourself accountable, and always make progression towards your goals day by day.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. New. So I think I have a coach told me VJ test cash is the king, liquidity is a queen, and the leverage is heaven. So Chris, can you share the liquidity, how we leverage ourselves? Your Daytona Beach house is about $300,000. I know Kevin's more. And Chris, do you remember how much money down payment we put in? Do you remember that, Chris?
If I recall, it's about 5%, right?
Yeah, 3 to 5%, because you do the math. The house is 325. We put in 16, yeah, about 5%. And are you able to break even when you have 3 rooms, right? Remember you have 3 rooms. Are you going to
Right.
break even? Yeah.
Well, right now we're almost even. I think the mortgage is about 2,100, so I'm bringing in 1045 from each. So yeah, about even.
Wow. How in this meaning you live one room, you rent out the other two. How do you manage? How do you screen and due diligence over the tenants? How do you do that? By what? Intuition?
Yeah, a little bit intuition. It was kind of a little bit of a thorough process. We asked for quite a lot, like proof of income. We even asked for references from their previous tenants, looking for their credit score, and I kind of do a Google search to see if anything pops up online. Especially in the Daytona Beach area, not a lot of sometimes you get some shady people, so just a quick Google search reveals a lot about them. Sometimes you can find mugshots and criminal history online.
Wow. Tell me location. Why Daytona? Location wise is good stuff. What do you think?
I think my specific part of Daytona, it's about 15 minutes north of Daytona, in between Daytona Beach and another city called Ormond Beach. So it's a little bit of a quieter spot. Um, it's a little bit quieter, but it's not too far from all the main attractions like the beach and the speedway and the school. So it really, I think it's a very nice area. And that area in particular is close to the LPGA golf course. So there's a lot of new development, new shopping malls, restaurants, a bunch of new apartments popping up around my block. So very happy with that specific location that we chose.
Yes, I think is when you want to buy around the college, the location is important. I really prefer people go to close to the big NCAA colleges, Penn State, Michigan State, Ohio State, Pro State. I'm joking. So make sure you pick the big colleges. For instance, my daughter's in Lexington, Virginia. This not because there's no big sports, hard to rent it out. I met a client, she's in Penn State. Graduation day, she can rent out her room, her house for a few $1,000s just for 2 days, 3 days, because the whole town is booked, right? Any big event. I think Kevin, Chris, you went to a Penn State game, right? Do you think is it crazy, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
I went in here. Actually, my friend Varun, he's the current student at Penn State. Kind of tell us about the housing situation
Oh
at
yeah,
Penn State.
the housing situation is pretty bad, honestly. I think it's for sure really overpriced compared to other schools, in my opinion. But I think that just comes with the state college area. So I
yeah.
don't really know the history behind that, but
Can you imagine
Yeah,
if
like-
you have a condo, you can townhouse, you can rent out 10 games plus graduation, parents home week. That's pretty much your cash flow already break even, right?
but
I was talking to Davin yesterday. He goes to University of Maryland, and he was telling me their housing situation. Essentially, every apartment, regardless of its quality, they charge $1,200 a room. You know, so 4 rooms, $1,200 a
Whoa.
room. It's like literally anyone within a, I don't know, 5-mile radius of the school, it's $1,200 set price.
Right.
So it seems like all the owners have kind of created this almost like a monopoly. You know,
no,
teams
100%.
together to overcharge.
So
But what are the students going to do, right? They need somewhere to live. The parents need to pay it. So
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, because unfading demands. That's why, Dr. Max, we do this FHA loan for Kevin. The rate is 6%. You know, we'll refinance later. Dr. Maxwell, remember we get some good deal from builder. Can you explain why the financing works for Kevin, Max?
I think one of the biggest benefits was the builder actually coming to the table. I think the builder gave him about 23,000, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah, 23,000.
towards closing. So that kind of helped out towards the closing. I think some of the funds were used towards buying the point down as well. So this is I was telling a friend today, this is the best time to buy. Why? Because you will get the best deal because it's a buyer's market. Interest rates are a little bit high, right? And a lot of homes have been in the market for over 30 days. And when that happens, the seller begins to drop the price. The builder begins to reduce the price. Next year, I know everyone's waiting for the interest rate to drop. Well, it's good. The interest rate is going to drop probably next year. But guess what? The house that Kevin bought today for about 400 and something thousand will be in the 500s for sure. So this is the best time to invest in your kids. Buy now that you have the chance to say, I want closing costs, I needed to wash my car, I needed to clean my shoe. They will do whatever for you now because it's a buyer's market. You have the command. So taking advantage now, I'll say to anyone watching or listening to us, it's the best thing you can do for yourself because you have all the advantage to tell the builder what you want. Kevin's closing cost was paid. I don't know if you can see it in the altar. It was probably 20-something thousand.
Yeah, the
That
credit.
was-
You see
was
highlight.
closed.
It's amazing. We put 3 down payment, we get 20,000 almost like we not only we put the 0 down, we get $3,000 cash back. It's just amazing to get a free car. So Kevin, we really my ex and I we co-signed this darn thing, and when people ask me why we do this, because it's leveraging, right? You put 3% down payment, the appreciation, depreciation, appreciation, you get money come back. Kevin, how do you feel that parents give you so much trust and so much dedication to you? How do you feel, Kevin?
Very grateful, very grateful. But at the same time, I think it's good because you guys are able to give me a lot of trust, but also it's giving me an opportunity to mature and at a young age learn about money, being financially stable, investing,
Yep, other people's money. Yeah.
all these opportunities. That's right.
Yeah, I also, as an MBA grad, I always think of it, have a positive attitude. That's why right out of closing, I think this is, I don't know who told this quote, it's your attitude, not aptitude that determines your altitude. Right out of closing, I send an email to all the builders, the mortgage company, Dr. Maxwell, and sporting team. I said we are truly blessed, have this seamless team, have all the Kevin's home to come true. The builder said, I'm so happy, Kevin, you got a good job. And Sarah, as a mortgage company, said, thank you so much. We're absolutely thrilled. This kind of, you leave a very positive tone. Young people, if you want to find a job, you did the interview, you shake hands somebody, you have a consultation, always seek thank you notes. You have a full closure, have a full round of conclusive positive remark. People will think you positively in long term. So the energy, the positivity you bring to the table carry a long way. Dr. Maxwell, do you agree with my point?
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with your point. That makes a lot of sense. Your attitude will always determine your attitude. If you have a good attitude, that's what take you higher, or that would push you higher. So character, it's really everything. And I got private calls from the builder saying, you brought one of the best buyers. They're very nice. The Kevin is very respectful. Good words like that, really makes me happy. And they're with you 100%. If you need anything at all, they'll be very happy and willing to assist. So it's good to have a team that's behind you to support you when you need stuff.
Yeah. I will now introduce Kevin's mom. I know we always put the children's benefits and wellness and a priority. Mom, Yuqing, can you share a few things? Initially, we're kind of worried. We have too many loans. We get so many people ask our credit report. How do you feel that at the end of the day, Yuqing? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm driving home. So yeah, at the beginning, yeah, definitely you feel it's too much loan and then a lot of stress, right? But you know what? If you plan well, you definitely can make that happen. I think the parents' guidance to the kids are really important, right? At this young age, they learn how to manage the finance, right? And they do not take things as as granted, and they'll work harder, right? They'll be more motivated. I definitely can see both Chris and Kevin, they became more mature for their age. Definitely, I see a lot of growth.
Yes. Yeah, parents, it's teaching the children to fish rather than give them fish. The Chinese proverb. It works, 授之鱼 rather than 给之鱼. It is a perfect sense. Because I've coached so many clients have rental property to 5, 10, 20. If you don't teach the children to be financially disciplined, all this money will be dissipated or disappear. So teach the children to appreciate and also learn from the parents' value. I think that's kind of intangible assets carry a much longer weight than give them a few houses and they can cash out paying tax. So parents, I think it takes a whole village to build young children, right? Take docs. That's why Kevin go to his class. Every time when I associate somebody, I always constantly think, if this person bring a positive value to my children, I should hang out this guy. Because you need a whole supporting system to cultivate the children. I mean, remember we teach young people in our financial literacy class, right? You see, after 6 months, they totally transform themselves. It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And, again, Coach Mike has emphasized that, for parents, especially our Asian Chinese parents, we need to start shift focus, not just emphasize on the academic excellence, but try to raise our children's with financial smart and awareness as well. That is perhaps more important than the academic success in fact. And the other thing is, I wonder, Coach Mike, do you have time just give people a quick capture on the benefits for young people like Kevin to earn real estate property at this age. And, at the beginning of this seminar, we were chatting, believe it or not, the average age in the US to earn their first home is at age 30.
30?
And for Kevin, Chris to earn their first house at age 18, this is just remarkable. You're, 12 years ahead of everybody else. And think about this 12 years, what have accumulated, wealth-wise. And again, here's the pros and cons. Coach Mike, please continue.
Yeah, well, we can rationalize, we can I call it analysis paralysis. At the end of the day, if the children, Kevin, Chris, call me every day or every other, Dad, I have a situation, what should I do? Chris, share experience. You have a difficult conflict between tenants. The two tenants fight. How do you resolve this conflict? Talk about social intelligence. Chris, this is a real story. Remember
Yeah,
the
I
tenants?
had
Yeah.
a little bit of conflict between my two tenants. It kind of relates to one of the questions that Fred just asked. Pretty much there's some disagreements about personal space and cleanliness of the shared space as well. It got to the point where we were kind of thinking that we may have to evict one of the guys, which, to answer your question, Fred, is definitely a difficult decision because I did become pretty close with them, as you would expect when you live with someone every day. But we're always just trying to distinguish between the business aspect and then the personal aspect from it, as my dad has always kind of emphasized. But at the end of the day, we were able to keep both guys, which was the kind of the win-win scenario, the best situation for all of us. And throughout that whole process, I just kind of an emphasis to treat both individuals with as much respect and as I could.
Yeah, managing tenants, nothing different from managing subordinates or employees in a company. This kind of social skills carry a long way. Can you imagine one day Chris will be captain, right? He'll manage the whole crew, right? Don't drive yourself to the ground. But, I think use any platform to train young people to be financially savvy, emotionally intelligent, and have a compassion, right? Communication, collaboration, this kind of things. I think you can outsmart AI. I think real estate is one way to do it. Deal with the people. Deal with the. I don't know, Kevin. You help moving the junks. What kind of takeaway from you moving people's stuff, Kevin? That's a good story.
I mean, obviously, a lot of people around here, they have a bunch of stuff hoarded out, and I'm glad to help them out. Some elderly people, they need help, right? And they love supporting young people's business. And also with that, you meet a lot of people from different backgrounds. I met professional skiers, I've met accountants, also some people that's work in all type of fields. And I like meeting them, talking with them, building connections. I think connections is everything. While I'm able to help people, I'm able to fulfill my duty as my businessman, but also I'm able to fulfill my personal duty of wanting to help someone every day. Stay positive, help someone out every day. It can make me happy. It can help them out. Takes off a burden off their shoulder. But really, communicating is key. And I love communicating with everyone. I love building connections, learning about their stories, sharing with my stories. I think that this business is a great thing of just meeting new people.
I keep telling Kevin there's no U-Haul towards a funeral. A lot of people just buy junks, just hoard, right? So many junks at home. I think the value of a minimalism, simplism is one big lesson I found is good for people. All right, I think we open up the questions. I think we have taught the pros and cons. You can do leverage financing, FHA loan, parent co-sign, set up a credit card for children. They can build a credit history. All things, all the procedural questions, you can do it. But the whole point today, I want to use Dr. Max and Anu and Chris, Kevin, or the Fred. We all want our children to be successful, to be contributory to society, to be self-sufficient, to be self-motivated. And this is one effective way to do that, right? You show the way, know the way, and go the way. That's how leadership is. Leadership doesn't only stay to company, it stays with your family. And people ask any question to Chris, Kevin, to anybody. I think Dr. Max wants to offer a few $1,000 scholarship for people to buy a house. He's willing to, help people to launch their first home ownership dream. All right, any questions, people? Go ahead.
So Kevin, Chris, do you have to manage and maintain the house yourself, or you're actually hiring people to do that?
Yeah, we manage it personally. We manage the tenants. Like my brother had that tenant situation. We buy the furniture, we market the house for people to rent. And like I said, managing is good because it helps us grow, helps us learn.
Yeah, you miss a few things, but that's how you learn, right? Do not over manage. I think Donald Trump has a good way to tell, I trust you, but watch like an eagle. I trust my children, but I still, give them guidance, make sure they fight. Chris, you remember you didn't somebody have a court arrest record? Remember that situation?
Court arrest record, yeah. One of the potential guys, but didn't go with them.
Yeah. So it's always have this kind of skills is okay. How do you qualify the mortgage without here situation is, first of all, at the age of 14, 16, I have a family credit card. I mean, this guy's under my name. As soon as I become 18, I applied a credit card for Chris, Kevin. I use American Express, Blue Cash, that's a good card. And also you can apply for Capital One card, that's good. Instead of use their social security, their name, get the card, but the card shipped to my address, I use that, go to Costco, go to Home Depot, go to Walmart. I swipe the card to produce more volume, more transactions. So do not give the children's card to them. Parent, you go to gas station, you go to the grocery store, because that quickly can jump out the credit. And 18, 17, I started doing the taxes. For young people, when you do taxes, it carry a long way, because when I submit their package to the mortgage company, Kevin has W-2 because he worked with a pizza place. He also has he has a 1040 tax return from me. He has credit score 736, not bad, right? 736, and I co-sign because I'm a W-2 employee, and that's how it works. I know a lot of questions come in, especially for Kevin, take a lot harder, right? Because I have a mortgage under Chris because I co-signed that one. The lender said, you have a mortgage with Florida, who's that? I said, it's my son. And how do you prove, you are not financially on hook? I produced 1 year of financial statement, the mortgage statement showing Chris using his Wells Fargo account to pay the mortgage. I did not touch it because, as Chris said, he can cash flow that. So that year's record saved my life because the lender understand I only guarantee, but Chris can be financially break even, and I'm not, financially related. That's why they disregard my guarantee liability. That's why I'm able to keep my DTI, that to income ratio below enough to get Kevin's loan. So all in all, I have 5, 6 loans under my name. I have 2 rentals. I have I have student loans under Chris. I have the Chris mortgage and Kevin's mortgage and my own mortgage. For some reason, it works. So Chris, Kevin, and I will try to write a book. We talk about this 10 chapters, get all the strategies for you guys. We try to publish in January. If you want to, prescribe, tell me. And 3 of us, we're going to help young people achieve the dream. And I think have a license is also important. Dr. Max is offering his licensing classes in McLean, Tyson's. And it's always have a way to help young people grow. And you just use your imagination. As long as it's always have a way to get around. Dr. Max, any comments?
I think one of the most important things is to for us is to step out of our comfort zone, because nothing grows in the comfort zone. I'm pretty sure you might not be disclosing that it wasn't 100% comfortable for you to be signing mortgages for all your kids. You have other obligations to do. But because you're very tied to seeing your kid become the generation that we expect them to be on tomorrow, it's so essential that you educate them now and give them that financial knowledge of what they need to do so that tomorrow they don't need you. Your kids are not going to call you and say, Dad, I need some money to buy some food. No, because you have shown them the way, you have led the way, and now you have shown them the way. Just like we say, you cannot read the label when you're in the box. So you got to step out. It's not going to be convenient for people listening to this, but trust me, the stuff that are convenient will never take you up to the next level. My mentor, John C. Maxwell, he always says something. He says anything worthwhile is uphill. It's right here. If you're looking for anything valuable, be ready to climb. So my last words to everyone listening. I'm giving a scholarship. Yes, I'm giving $4,000. But even if you do not use me, I'm fine. But take the message here today. Knowledge without execution is delusional. Mike has poured a whole bunch of knowledge on you guys today. You need to take it and execute on it. If you don't take it and execute it, it's just delusional. You have wasted your time today. So invest in tomorrow. And who is tomorrow? Your kids are going to lead tomorrow. And that is what you're going to leave behind when you leave this world. That is how you're going to be remembered. Last thing I want to say, and none of my mentors say, he told me one thing, Max, the richest place in the world is the graveyard. Why? Why is the graveyard the richest place in the world? Because people take all their potential in them and they die with it. And we don't want to do that. We want to use all the potential we have to educate, to grow, to ensure people are prospering around us so that we do not need a tombstone to be remembered. Martin Luther King, for example. Did I have to tell you who he is? No. Did you have to go to his tombstone? No, because of what he did. So I want to leave you on this note. What are you going to do tomorrow or today that is going to leave footsteps? That when you leave this world, we're going to remember this and say, this is what Mike did. He started this 18 years tour instead of 30 years, and we remember him for that. That's what we call generational change. And thank you for giving me the time.
Yeah, if as a divorced parents, my ex and I can help children do it, you guys have no reason to say no. Stop the excuses. Do something for children. Help them. You hoard cash value doesn't mean anything. You have to teach them how to fish. That's more important. As an accountant, I always have this, Chris, Kevin, they all have a last will, testament, the trust. Everybody had a regular living trust. For Kevin, he said, same thing with Chris, I leave my entire estate to Smart Life Family Foundation. That's why it's a nonprofit. So in case happens with one of the boys or girls, everybody's money go to Family Foundation. We can use the foundation to donate to help young people grow. And this is for Kevin. For Chris, all this trust have documents. For instance, for Chris, his first asset is what? His house, Daytona Beach. His bank account, his checking account, his Roth IRA, 401k, everything go to Smart Foundation. So you have the whole flow. You not only have ownership, but also you have beneficiary leading to the nonprofit. So that's why we carry the whole family's wealth to the next level. We not only hoard the cash, but also we try to make the family wealth to a meaningful purpose. I think as a professional CPA, I think it's important to teach the kids not only you spend, you accumulate, you dissipate, but also do something meaningful. leave something meaningful. So this is my book. I'm going to publish in September. You're going to buy, go to my website. I think Dr. Max, you read my book, right? I think some about.
Absolutely fantastic, 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 3 times fantastic book.
Please, guys, and then start from next month when I come back from vacation, we'll talk about the 大美丽法案. So there are 6 weeks class, talk about how help young generation Z, how to talk about the real estate, small business. So long story short is, you can only listen so many plays and replays. It's time to take action. Like Dr. Max said, the time to plant a tree is now. I just cannot imagine how many people talk, I want to buy this. 5 years later, still sitting there doing nothing. What the heck? All right, questions, people? Dr. Ted, I think you're my client. Ted, you are always helping me and my daughter. Ted, can you say a few words?
No, I actually had my son, who's only 7, listening to this just so he knows that this is what's required. You're not just supposed to, stay on video games and stuff like that. So, I think you can never start early enough just to groom them. They don't have to sign a mortgage statement when they're 7, but if you don't expose them to this, I mean, you don't go from 0 to hero in one night. So,
So, 0 here, I like that.
Yeah, that's great. There is a question in the chat box and asking Kevin and Chris, what is the youngest age for children can buy a property?
18,
And
right?
also,
Legally signed paper. Yeah, legally signed paper. 18, yeah.
18. Okay, are those houses under the LLC?
Now, I think people tend to overlap. Your house is 97% mortgage. What kind of LLC you talk about? Yeah. Even, Chris Kevin only rented these things to the college kids. The chance the college kid break the leg is 0. What do you worry about that? Some people always over worry about things. Some people just always over analyze. I call it analysis paralysis. The chance is 0. Also, you are over leveraged. Your down payment only $15,000. So what?
Okay, all right. Okay, are there any more questions for our speaker tonight?
I truly believe Chris Kevin deserve a high five. If you want to help them, donate $60 for they are buying supplies. They're helping their children, their friends to become homeowner. So just become a first instigator, right? Have a domino first push. Donate a few $60 to them, and they are going to appreciate lifetime. I'm sure. I think Kevin even told me yesterday. He said, "You know what? When I have my children, I might do the same thing." And that's the whole point.
Yes, that is how we pass down the generation wealth. Yeah, all right. Like what Coach Mike said, and again, thank you, Chris, Kevin, congratulations. This is amazing, and I can't wait to see your bank account hit 1 million in a few short years, perhaps. But anyway, you will have, I want to say, so advanced, compares to many other children your age, and this financial freedom that you're building is going to help you tremendously down the way. Dr. Maxwell, thank you for your inspiration, talk. And again, I believe what you have said, really resonated with our audience. And thank you for supporting Kevin on this journey. And I hope more people from our audience can seek out, to to buy a house from you and, get your advice as well. So if you don't mind, Dr. Maxwell, do you mind put down your contact information in the chat box so people know how to find you? And Kevin and Chris, like I said, don't be a stranger to Kappa Nova. You are officially one of our I want to say, not just the speakers, but potential private jet flyer, pilot and everything, coaches and everything else. So you will be our role model for many students down, in our group. So, all right, let's see.
Today is so important. Maxwell is teaching real estate licenses. My daughter today passed his medical license, one exam. Alicia yesterday passed a life insurance license.
Wow.
Chris get his pilot license. So our family is always think of how do you stand out among the peers in the AI. You need to be licensed. Because I have a tax license, I can touch people's financials. You have a plumber license, you can get money left and right. I don't know, Dr. Maxwell, what's going on with HVAC? Why is national shortage of plumber? What's going on here?
I don't really have the answer to that question why we have shortage of plumbers, but there's less building going on compared to a couple of months ago. There's a reduction in the amount of homes that have been built, and especially summertime is usually the hottest time for builders. So now they're kind of slowing down and finishing up most of the project for the year.
Yeah, so have a license. I know if you only study one thing, let's say computer science, economics, you may not get a job because AI replaces so many things, but you have a license, AI license, whatever license, you are able to leverage that. That's why the leverage is the king. I use the leverage experience from Maxwell. He can help me to introduce many tax clients. And same thing, I can ask him to train so many young people in this group, become real estate professionals. It's a win-win. So take a village. We collaboratively supporting each other rather than, let them do their own
Yeah,
thing.
you know what? Let's talk about that, Dr. Maxwell. And Kappa Nova do have a strong focus on education and especially everything that's not teaching in the school. Like Coach Mike said, this kind of lessons is going to actually help people, not just the the childrens, but also our generations as well, to expand their career field. And so if you are interested partner with Capanova, we can potentially set up the class for you and help you recruit students and future past customers as well. So let's talk about that. And for all the audience, same thing. If you are interested teaching any of the I want to say, the career technical education courses on, licensing certifications. If you have that potential, please reach out to me and we will try to collaborate and help you recruit students and get a community going. All right. Anything else we want to talk about, Coach Mike?
No, I think we are resourceful. We are just heartfully helping people just to do it. The last thing you want is your children become purposeless and hopeless. That's the last thing you want. Do something, right? Before it's too late.
Anyway, so like I said, Capanova, even though we're strongly focused on education, but this is not sort of the prep course, kind of prep school type of education, but rather we want to focus on the life skills and especially, anyway, we're going to try to expand our program in, collaborating with business owners for internships, get career lessons, and also help young students to start their business, the entrepreneurship, and help them set up their clubs and, maybe start the business computations and so on and so forth. So anyway, there's a lot going on. And if you have any special interest, join Capanova and be part of the core team, let me know. And like Coach Mike said, it takes a village to raise a child. And at this AI age, education, answers, knowledge, those are become easier and easier to reach. But the life skills, true life skills, and experience is going to be worth much, much more. So again, shift focus, 受制于和teaching their the life skill is very different thing and shift the focus and shift their future. All right, we're gonna close for tonight and thank you everyone for how to join Capanova. I believe for most of people who, this is in DC area, but actually we are covering members across the country. And for most of people who are in this workshop are likely getting the email notification from me in the WeChat group. And again, my WeChat ID is 叶宇宙, so reach out to me or you can reach out to Coach Mike. Okay, and we will bring you to the Capanova WeChat team, and we have almost different seminars and workshops every day. So this is by far the most active community group in the local area. Join us and hopefully take advantage from what we share. All right. Good night, everyone. We're going to close the session. Thank you, Coach Mike. Thank you, Dr. Maxwell. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone. Good night.